Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today in this session we will cover what are forms, why they are used, and how we can create and distribute it. Forms are usually used by the teachers, research scholars, and the administrators. Teachers use this to create the automatic test, automatic assessment. These assessments are automatically graded as the students submitted. Similarly, the research scholar use it to collect data according to their research questions, and the administrator use it to collect data from different departments or offices on a single click in a few minutes without wasting time and cost. So these are very popular, these are very interactive. There is no cost on it, and it is automatically graded if you are going to assess your learners, etc. So let's start that how we can create forms. This is a platform which I have already opened. I'm going to open the new one. If you are using the Microsoft Forms, then you have to write forms. Let me change the keyboard. forms.office.com. okay, let it open. The forms interface is open. If you are not logged in already to the Microsoft account, then first you will log in. You have to use the credentials, and after that the same interface will be open. To create a forms, we create a new case. When create a new case, we enter a title. For example, I am giving a title to collect student information. Okay, student information. You can give description here if you need it, and at the first you will click on add, or you going to give a choices to the participant. For example, at first I am going to the choices. In the choice I am going to give the information about class. For example, in which class the student is enrolled. For example, is it in first, second, or third. Okay, I'm just giving you a demo that how we can use these forms. And okay, and if you think that class is required, this should be mandatory, then you have to put on required. And if you think that multiple choices may be selected, for example, if you give some options to the user, some options to the reader, and in these options more than one options are correct, and he have to, or he is assumed to select more than one options, then you will click on multiple answer. In this case, only one choice may be made. Okay, secondly, we are going toward the name, and if we are going to select the name, then we will click on the text box, and the text box will be appear. For example, I am going here, the name will be written here. Similarly, is it required? Yes, definitely it will be required. And if you want to ask for a long answer, for example, if you are going to get description something or some paragraph, then you will select on the long answer. But in this case, name will be adjusted here, so we will not click on the long answer. Similarly, I am going to click on the add text boxes, and I'm going to add here further name. Okay, and in the further name, similarly, it is exactly required. I'm going further to apply some restriction. For example, it is a phone number. Okay, and on the phone number I am going to restrict that only numbers may be entered. So anyone who will fill this, he will not be able to write any alphabet here, they will write only the numbers here. add new, and at this time, for example, I'm going to select date of birth of the students. Then I will click on the date of birth. Okay, and this will be date of, for example, this will be the date of birth. Okay, exactly this will be required. And if you get the rating of the this particular student, then I'm going to select a star. You can also select a number, and you can write here that rating, exactly the rating is required. So I have created this form where the reader can give a class, they can give a name of the student, they can give a further name, they can also give a phone number, and they can also give a date of birth of this particular students. So if you are going to select any theme, there are different themes available which you can select, and if you want to upload your own photo, then you can customize this from here. For example, I am selecting this one or this one because this is about the class, so I have selected the classroom background. Okay, what you have to do next you have to just share it with your colleagues or the participant where you want to get responses, but you have to set the responses, the setting of the form, and you can set it from these 3 ellipses, the option button. When you click here, there is a tab name setting. You should click on the setting, and in the setting the result will be automatically showed in this form, because we are not going to create assessment form, so there is no need to show the result to the learners or to any other one. This is anyone can respond, means that anyone who is having the credential of Microsoft or not, they will be able to respond to this form. We usually select this one if we are going to get data from the public. People only in my organization can respond. This means that those participants who are having your organizational credential. For example, I am attached with Kai, then all those peoples who are having the ID, the email ID @kai.edu.pk, they will be able to respond to this form. We have to one response per person. If you are going to restrict that one person can respond at one time, and he should be disabled to respond second time, then you have to click on one response per person. Okay, and if, for example, if you are customize thank you message, if you want to say thank you to the person who have submitted the form, then you can write your message here. Okay, after that you simply share this form, and after clicking on the share button, you get this link, and you have to copy this link, and after that you can share it with anyone with whom you want to share it. You can copy this address. For example, instead of pasting it in a WhatsApp group, I am pasting it in a browser. As I paste it in the browser, the form will be populated, and for example, I am filling this form to check the result, that how it will look there. For example, the class is 1. I am writing some name here. Okay, further name. I am going to you can see that is not accepted here, because we have restricted that only number may be given here. Okay, and exactly the date of birth you have to select it. You can select year, month, etc., and you can give rating, and after that you have to submit it. It is submitted. Now we can see that how responses will be shown. Here are the questions which you have customized, and here are the responses. The one is populated, which means that we have received one response. Okay, click on the response. Till that time we have received only one response. Here is the classes, one is selected at that time, the name is populated here, further name, phone number, date of birth, and this is a rating. And if you get hundreds of responses, thousands of responses, that what you have to do, you have to just click on the open in Excel, and once it is open in Excel, you can apply different formula state. You can format it according to your requirements, and you can apply different style to make it more attractive and readable. So this was about forms. Hopefully it is clear to you now, and you will be able to use it in your classes, in your offices, and for your research purposes. Thank you so much.